Ohio State. We're
We're
not even going to talk about that.
We're not going to slander Ohio State.
We're not even going to talk about. We're not even going to talk about that.
We're not going to slander Ohio State.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Next Show. Before we get started, I would like to tell you all that Marcus will be out due to personal reasons, but Amir and Clay will be joining us for this episode. Welcome to the show, guys. Also, their information will be in the description box down below, so be sure to click their socials and give them a follow. The topic for today is who we think will be winning the men's basketball NCAA tournament in the end. I'll start with asking Delito how he feels about everything. Delito, just give me your thoughts. Who do you think will be taking it home and winning everything?
Thank you, Kaylee. Thank you. And I just want to start off by saying, everyone who showed up, they don't have a chance except for a couple teams. But in the end, Baylor's taking this whole thing home. Baylor, that 4-guard set they bring out every night is lethal. Their floor spacing, impeccable. Their floor spacing is impeccable, which lets undersized bigs like Thamba and Tachua and Vital roam free and get easy lobs, like you saw in the Wisconsin game. Their bench depth is also crazy. Flagler has that 3-point shooting off the bench, and Matthew Mayer led them in scoring in the last game against Wisconsin, but Mitchell and Butler both had 16. This Baylor team, there's no number one option. Each person can come out and go score 20. Like, there's nobody you can stop. There's no one closer. They're all closers. Now, I believe in the end, they'll go up against a Villanova team that's coached by Jay Wright, and he has Villanova hooping. No. They actually go up against them next week in the Sweet 16, if I'm correct. But Villanova's no match for Baylor. They cannot stop them. Baylor's offense is too crazy, and Baylor, and I've been talking about offense all day, but their defense is also tough too. Baylor's defense stifling. They hold opponents to under about 60, 55 in that range, and Baylor scoring like 70, 75 points. Baylor's offense this whole season, I've watched them only lose 2 games. Baylor has been unstoppable this whole season, and they'll win and ruin Gonzaga's undefeated season in the national championship.
Amir, you can go ahead and give me your thoughts.
I think who's taking the bacon home this tournament? Gonzaga. Their offense, can't stop it. Defense, too impeccable. What are you going to do? Jalen Suggs is dropping over 20 almost every night.
I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off. In the tournament, Jalen Suggs has been horrible. He has been flat out horrible.
But unlike other teams who have been at the top of their seeds and have been knocked out, he has a team surrounding him that can help him. Just like Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham could not lead OSU. Or just like what? Another one, for example. Ohio State. We're not even going to talk about that.
We're not going to slander Ohio State.
We're not even going to talk about. We're not
going to slander Ohio State.
It's not even Ohio State. It's DeJuan, but
we're not even going to talk about that.
No Ohio State slander.
We're not even going to talk about that.
No Ohio State slander.
But Gonzaga is holding in strong.
How?
All right, guys, we had some technical difficulties, but I know Amir was in the middle of saying something. Amir, please go ahead and restate what you were saying before.
Like I said, Gonzaga has more weapons just than Jalen Suggs. They have Corey Kispert. He's averaging 19. Like, come on. Andrew Nembhard. He's averaging 8 points. Why are you laughing? There's nothing to laugh about. I'm speaking straight facts.
Listen.
No, because I don't think you're understanding how good this team is. This is arguably one of the best college teams of all time.
Okay. Gonzaga's tough. I'm not taking anything away from them. Gonzaga's hooping. They're undefeated for a reason. But if you look at their conference, their conference is weak. Their conference is weak. Are you kidding? I can't, off the top of my head, I can't even remember the name of the conference. Their conference is weak. They went 15-0 and they're scraping off scrubs. I don't think anyone from that conference even made it to the tournament. That conference is weak.
Why? Because Gonzaga was
smacking
them.
Schedule.
Because Gonzaga was wiping the floor with them. Gonzaga was giving them love taps. Like,
Gonzaga has not played a real team yet.
Gonzaga was getting
Gonzaga has not played a real team yet.
Tapping.
Gonzaga has not played a real team yet. They played what, the 16th seed?
Let me say something.
Because they were the number one. Because they were the number one. Number one.
Thank you. We're gonna let Clay come in and address this topic and see how Clay feels about it.
I just want to say I agree. Well, somewhat. I agree with Amir somewhat of what he's saying about Gonzaga. At the same time, I liked what I saw in the Oklahoma game when they beat Oklahoma to enter the Sweet 16. But at the same time, they haven't seen anybody that can really match up with them on all levels. Even though Oklahoma did take them somewhere and scare them a little bit, but Baylor is a different story. Davion Mitchell in the backcourt with Butler, they haven't seen a duo like that ever, and it's going to be fun to see what they do to them. I think no one can stop Baylor. Simple. Actually, let me also say something. Have they ever seen a team where the top five? Well, actually, never mind. I was about to say, well, there's 10 players on the team that are shooting over 40% from the three. Y'all haven't seen that. That's a fact.
They haven't seen that. And catch this.
I call that Treyway. I call that Tracy. Three balls are about to be going in the whole game. I don't want to hear it.
Catch this. Gonzaga first round played Norfolk. Amir, tell me this. Is Norfolk a threat?
You want to know why they played Norfolk? No. You want to know why they played Norfolk? Because they were tapping the whole season.
Is Norfolk a threat?
Norfolk he was saying, they were playing garbage.
Exactly. They were tapping.
Norfolk's not a threat. And check this.
Because there's
hold on. Oklahoma, that's cute. Not a threat. Creighton.
What? No, I don't agree with that.
Creighton has been surprising me. Watch out. This may be closer than expected.
I love Creighton. Creighton's not beating Gonzaga.
No.
I don't want to hear anything.
Not winning. Creighton's not winning, but they'll give Gonzaga a scare.
Let me say something real quick. Baylor, well, let me bring it back to Baylor. I don't care who they play. They're about to run through any team who's in their bracket. They're running through every team. I want to talk about, because Gonzaga is going to reach I feel like, personally, Gonzaga is going to reach the championship, and so is Baylor. Let's talk about that matchup, because that's what it's going to be. We're going to run through it. Baylor. Well, I'm saying we're going to run through anybody that comes through. Gonzaga is going to run through because there's really not knowing to imagine. I don't agree with what you were saying, because Oklahoma did give them, I forgot dude's name, but he was giving them straight buckets. But they just don't have enough to match up with them, and that's what it literally has been for the whole season. They haven't had anyone that can match up with Gonzaga's offense and defense. So
now check this. Baylor's gonna have to. There is one team that scares me from Baylor's perspective. Not because they're as good as Baylor, but because that mentality is disgusting. Don't sleep on Loyola.
I was about to.
Don't sleep on Loyola.
We're not Illinois. We're not Illinois.
Hold on. No.
Hang on. Person at a time, please. Hang on.
Hold on.
Wait, let me.
Hey, you saw he put on the cap.
Bums out of Illinois. No, we're not them. You think we're one of them? We're gonna
smack.
No. Bro, my estimated score 50 to 75, bro. We're smacking them.
Listen, if y'all want to
talk about like we did Wisconsin, we're doing. Well, we would. Wisconsin is the same. I personally think, bro. In the comments, you can come for me. Wisconsin and Loyola are the same team. We're doing them dirty just like we did Wisconsin. I don't want to hear it.
Listen. Loyola's not beating Baylor. Let me get that straight. Loyola's not beating Baylor. But I'm saying Loyola could upset. I believe Loyola will make it to that Elite Eight, and I believe they'll make it to that Final Four, and it'll be Baylor versus Loyola. Loyola has the fundamentals and the grit to make it to the Final Four. I believe we'll see Loyola and Baylor, and we'll see Michigan and Gonzaga. Gonzaga will beat Michigan. Baylor will beat Loyola. And
Florida State has been surprising some people this year too.
Who?
Florida State.
Florida State not a threat. Florida State's been surprising people, but if we're talking about surprises, we can also bring up Coastal. Oral Roberts. Stop it, not a threat.
That's just because OSU is
Loyola is a legitimate threat. They're not winning, but they're trying to play up.
That's because OSU. It happens every year with OSU. They get to the tournament and everything just fumbles.
What did we say? No OSU slander.
I will slander OSU.
It won't be tolerated.
I'm not an OSU fan. I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm conscious enough to know that they're not.
I have something to say about Gonzaga. Put them in the Big Ten. They're like third. I don't want to hear it. They're a weak conference, just like the other. Put them in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Stop.
They're
The
getting
Big
smacked.
Ten, the Big Ten has been
Oh,
disappointing in
let's
the
talk
whole
about something.
tournament.
I think after what I saw,
I give them like what, number 2 behind.
I feel like
Number
did I
2
see
behind.
Oregon? I feel like Oregon. Wait, someone else go ahead. I think I'm getting confused. Hold on.
But no. If Gonzaga was in the Big Ten, I still believe I don't believe they'd be number 1. The Big Ten has been disappointing in the tournament, but you have to understand during the season they were playing each other. Ohio State was playing Illinois. Michigan was playing Ohio State and Illinois. Gonzaga has not played a team even on half of their level. Gonzaga's been playing scrubs in their conference all year. That's why they went 15-0 in there and scraped out the competition. Let them come in the Big Ten. Let them come in the ACC. They're getting smacked off. The SEC with Alabama. Let them come there. They're getting smacked off. They cannot handle the
All
big
right,
dog.
I think
I
we're
feel
gonna
like
close
Alabama?
the video.
feel
Hold
like-
on 1 second, guys.
Either
I think you mean Javon
wait,
Quinterly
wait.
because that's the only person
feel
doing
like
anything on
personally,
that team.
I feel like either or Ohio or Creighton could smack Gonzaga. That's how.
I'm telling you, watch
I
out
feel-
for Creighton.
I feel
Y'all
like
are going
on
to
a good day, on a good day,
and you're going to end up at home.
All they
Watch
really,
out for
Jalen
Creighton.
Suggs not really hooping. Like
He's not.
that.
He's
So,
been horrible in the bubble.
I wouldn't say horrible. He's just not hooping.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and tap the bell. And please don't forget that Amir and Clay socials will be in the description box down below. Be sure to stay tuned for the rest of the week. I'm sure we'll be having more things uploaded. We'll see you guys later.